Julian's eyes spark with a sudden, delighted challenge as he holds the heavy brass door handle. He lets out a soft chuckle, his gaze sweeping over you, from your high ponytail down to the sharp line of your boots, with a look that is both appreciative and playful.
Demanding, is it? I should have expected nothing less from a woman who carries a jian as easily as others carry a parasol.
He pulls the door open, gesturing for you to lead the way down the narrow spiral staircase. The stone steps are cool, and the air growing fresher as you descend from the scent of oil paints toward the waking city.
The bakers at Le Pain d'Or have survived revolutions and food critics, Wyndra. I suspect they can handle one very hungry strategist.
Though I must warn you, once you taste their pain au chocolat, your standards for demanding will shift entirely toward their pastry chef.
You step out onto the cobblestones of Marais. The neighborhood is transformed. The amber streetlights have flickered out, replaced by a soft, bruised purple sky that is slowly bleeding into gold. The air is crisp and carries the intoxicating, heavy scent of yeast and melting butter.
Look at the light on those rooftops. It's the color of a peach before it's ripe. Most people sleep through the best part of the day.
A stout man in a white apron stands outside a small, glowing storefront, sweeping the threshold. He looks up and beams at the sight of Julian.
Ah, Julian, you are early or perhaps very late, eh? And you have brought the moon with you this morning.
Marcelo, this is Wyndra. She has a demanding appetite this morning. Do you have the batch from the stone oven ready?
Marcello chuckles, his eyes twinkling as he looks between the two of you, clearly noting the way Julian stands just a half-inch closer to you than a mere acquaintance would. He gestures broadly into the warm, golden interior of the bakery, where rows of perfectly bronzed pastries sit like jewels. Julian looks at you, his hand hovering near the small of your back, waiting to see what catches your eye. You turn your gaze from the glowing display to Julian, a playful glint in your dark eyes as you lean slightly toward him. The warmth from the bakery's ovens spills out onto the cool street, mixing with the scent of his cedarwood cologne.
I think I'll let Julian choose for me. I want to see if his taste in pastry is as good as his taste in company.
Julian's eyebrows arch in surprise, followed quickly by a grin that reaches his hazel eyes. He looks at Marcello, then back at you, accepting the challenge with a theatrical flourish of his hand.
A high-stakes gamble, Wyndra. If I fail, I suppose my reputation as a curator is permanently tarnished.
Marcelo, 2 of the almond croissants, the ones with the extra dusting of sugar, and a pair of café crèmes.
We'll take them to the bench by the fountain.
Marcello laughs, his belly shaking beneath his white apron as he moves with surprising agility to bag the treats.
A wise choice, Julian. For the lady with the sharp eyes, only the sweetest crust will do.
Marcello ducks back inside to tend to a hissing espresso machine. Julian takes the warm paper bag, the heat of the fresh bread radiating through the packaging. He gestures toward the end of the street, where the morning light is beginning to hit the stone basin of a nearby fountain. The square is deserted, the only sound the gentle splashing of water. You sit on the cool iron bench, and Julian hands you a pastry. It is flaky, warm, and perfection in a way that makes your tactical mind go completely quiet.
So, does the curator live to see another day, or should I start looking for a new profession?
You take a bite, the almond cream rich and sweet on your tongue. Julian is watching you with an intensity that has nothing to do with the food, his own pastry forgotten in his hand. The sun finally crests the rooftops, bathing the two of you in a sudden, brilliant gold. You take a slow, deliberate bite of the almond croissant, letting the rich sweetness linger before you set it back on the warm paper bag. Julian is watching you, a look of playful anticipation etched on his face, but you don't give him the satisfaction of an immediate compliment. Instead, you lean in, the scent of powdered sugar and fresh coffee between you.
It's acceptable, but I think I need another kiss to decide if the company is actually better.
Julian's eyes widen for a fraction of a second, his hazel iris catching the first direct beam of the morning sun. A low, delighted rumble of a laugh escapes his throat as he sets his own coffee down on the iron bench.
You are a ruthless negotiator, Wyndra. I thought the tour was supposed to be my domain, but I find myself constantly following your lead.
He doesn't hesitate. He reaches out, his fingers tracing the line of your jaw, tilting your face up to meet his. The kiss is sweet, tasting of almond and the crisp morning air, but it carries the lingering weight of the night you spent together. It is a soft, grounding contact that makes the waking city around you feel like a distant, painted backdrop.
And has the jury reached a verdict, or must I provide further evidence?
You pull back, just enough to see the genuine affection in his gaze. The square is beginning to stir. The distant sound of a delivery truck and the rhythmic sweep of a distant broom signal that the sanctuary of the night is truly ending.
The company wins by a narrow margin.
Only a narrow margin. I see I have my work cut out for me today. The city is waking up, Wyndra.
The secrets are harder to find in the daylight, but they're more vibrant.
Julian stands, offering you his hand as the sunlight turns the fountain's spray into a shimmering curtain of diamonds. The warrior's grace, silk of your robes, feels different in the morning light, less like a disguise and more like a part of this new reality. He looks toward the Rue de Rivoli, where the first signs of the daily bustle are appearing. You rise from the iron bench, the last of the almond croissant a sweet memory on your tongue. The warrior's grace, robes catch the morning light, their cerulean hue vibrant against the ancient, weathered stone of the Marais. You look at Julian, your dark eyes reflecting the growing gold of the Parisian sky.
Show me the vibrant side then. I want to see Paris at full strength.
Julian's smile widens, a genuine spark of excitement replacing the quiet intimacy of the dawn. He brushes a stray dusting of powdered sugar from his charcoal sleeve and gestures toward the heart of the district.
Full strength it is. The Marais doesn't just wake up, it explodes into life. We'll head towards the Rue des Rosiers.
If you thought the bakery was fragrant, wait until you smell the spice markets and the flower stalls.
The transition is immediate. As you turn the corner, the quiet sanctuary of the fountain is replaced by the rhythmic clatter of handcarts over cobblestones and the melodic shouting of vendors. The air is a thick, intoxicating blend of blooming lilies, roasting coffee, and exotic spices. People move with a purposeful grace, dodging bicycles and greeting neighbors with rapid-fire French. Julian moves through the crowd with practiced ease, his hand occasionally finding the small of your back to guide you through the surge of morning commuters.
This is the heartbeat, Wyndra. No curators, no silence, just the beautiful, messy reality of people living.
He stops in front of a vibrant flower stall, where an elderly woman is misting a sea of deep red roses. The colors are so intense, they almost seem to vibrate. Julian looks from the roses to you, his eyes dancing with the reflected colors of the market. The bustling crowd swirls around you both, but he seems entirely focused on your reaction to the sensory onslaught. He reaches out, plucking a single, perfect bloom from a bucket and offering it to you with a bow that is only half teasing. The velvet petals of the rose are cool and damp against your fingers, a stark contrast to the sun-warmed stone of the surrounding buildings. You take the bloom from Julian, its deep crimson hue a perfect match for the intensity of the morning. With a practiced, fluid motion, you tuck the stem into the white leather of your belt, the flower resting just above the hilt of your giant.
A warrior should always carry a bit of color into battle. It reminds the enemy that life is beautiful, even when it's dangerous.
Julian's eyes linger on the flower against your cerulean robes, his expression softening into one of genuine admiration. The bustling energy of Rue des Rosiers continues to swirl around you. A delivery cyclist rings his bell, and a group of laughing students maneuvers past. But Julian remains anchored in your orbit.
I think you've just invented a new school of philosophy, Wyndra. Martial aesthetics. It's a terrifyingly beautiful look on you.
He offers his arm, his elbow bent in a classic, courtly gesture that feels both archaic and perfectly suited to the grand architecture of the street.
Since you're properly armed with both steel and flora, let's brave the market.
There's a particular antique dealer 3 blocks down who claims to have a map of Paris from before the Great Fire.
I think it's a forgery, but the man's stories are worth the price of a fake.
As you walk, the sensory input of the market intensifies. The scent of salt beef and fresh pickles from the famous delis mingles with the perfume of the flower stalls. Julian leans closer, so you can hear him over the din of a passing street performer's violin. The crowd thins for a moment as you pass a narrow alleyway draped in ivy. Julian stops, his arms still linked with yours, and turns to face you. The morning sun is higher now, casting a brilliant light that catches the dark brown of your eyes. He looks at the rose in your belt, then up at you, his gaze shifting from the warrior to the woman who shared his sanctuary only hours ago.